This is another video brought to you by the Ichiban Productions. Like, comment, subscribe. So welcome everyone, happy days are here again. We're back with another tech review, and this time we're looking at the Xbox Series X replica mini fridge. So first things first, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm not talking about the massive size of this beast, I am talking about the weird camera angles. Now to get this in shot in a steady sort of way where it's not terrible and awful, I've had to film a portrait, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be my first video like that, so we'll see how it works out. But let's see, this is a beast. It's a 1.5 to 1 replica, which means this is 1.5 times size, the normal size of a Series X. So when we get it open, I'm going to compare it to what a Series X looks like so you can see the monstrosity that is this fridge. But first things first, let's take a look at the box, and ultimately, let's figure out, is it worth the money? Taking a look at the front of the box, this has got the glorious Xbox branding. Now, it is officially licensed. I think it originally started off as a joke when the Series X got announced. Everyone said it looked like a fridge, and then I think one of the executives of Microsoft put on Twitter, would you actually buy one if it was a fridge? And everyone said yes. So they said, shut up, take my money, and they produced this for people like me who love cheeky gimmicks. Now, without boring you with the details of fridges and things like this, but this is a thermoelectric cooler, which is slightly different to a normal fridge. A normal fridge works through cooling gases, however this has got a super high powered fan to keep things cool, so we'll have to see how cool does it actually go. It's got a 10 litre capacity, which means it's got plenty of cans of Coke can go in here, and apparently it's got an LED on the top so it glows green, you know. I was always disappointed that the actual Xbox Series S didn't glow green on top, whereas this one actually does. I also heard it's got a cheeky USB port which could be useful. So that's the front of the box. Let's twist it, let's flip one, reverse it, and see what the other sides look like. Now, I hope you're appreciating the condition of the box that Game sent me this in. It's pretty knocked up, but hopefully the goods inside are still okay. Taking a look at the side picture here, we have a better view of the LED on top, and we've got the LED Xbox button there, which looks pretty cool to me. USB port advertised at the bottom. It looks good. I'm really excited to open it up and see how those cans of Coke can fit inside. Flipping it to the other side, we see what's inside. It's got the glorious green interior. And you can see the cans of Coke stacked up there, or soda, as it's very Americanized in there. It looks pretty good. Snack shelves, I wonder how big the snacks are going to fit in there, although, you know, it's a nice little addition nonetheless. It kind of looks like it might have some racks. Hopefully you can see there and there. I wonder if it does come with some racks. We'll have to open it up and see. Last but not least, we got the back. Official Xbox gear. We're cool, man, because you use the word gear. Got more pictures here which represent what you've got. I was interested in some of the features down the bottom. I don't know if you can see those well. Maybe zoom in. Thermoelectric technology, as I said before. DC, AC operation. 10 litres, 12 cans of Coke. Cools items up to 36 Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. Now, that doesn't seem very cool to me. I mean, if I had a can of Coke at 20 degrees Celsius, I would not be happy. But it's below ambient temperature. USB port for charging. LEDs, removable shelves. It's got itself, we've got itself a power plug. Ooh, a 12 volt cable, so you can use it in a car. That's pretty cool. 2 shelves. Yes, it does come with shelves. And the door shelves as well. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's crack this bad boy open and see what's inside. Boom, cheeky cut. I have unboxed the fridge. Hopefully you can tell which one's which. The big ones, the fridge, the small ones, the Series X. They do look very similar between each other. It is quite uncanny, the differences there. So we've got the same disc port, obviously, and we've got the buttons on there. I wonder what they do. We're going to have to plug them in and press them and find out. The top, you'll notice, is ever so slightly different. So the top on the OG fridge isn't all cut out, but it does have the LED and the cooling fan on there. And whereas the Series X obviously is cut out. The fronts look very much identical. Let's check out the backs. Checking out the backs, I mean, it has brought a smile onto my face. They really have gone all out to try and make it identical. The cutouts are the same at the bottom of the 2 consoles down there and over there. Yeah, it's just the attention to detail. I also like the top, where you got the cutout there and the cutout there are the same. Looking at the fridge itself, you see you've got your 2 power inputs, you've got your DC and your AC, depending if you plug it into a normal plug or not. You ain't going to mess it up because you get both. You get the cigarette lighter extension, which I'll show you, and a normal plug as well. There's also 2 modes there. We've got Eco, which keeps the fan down, which doesn't make it super cool, whereas Max, the fan goes to turbo and really cools it down. Quickly just showing you the power cables, of course. This is your normal 3-pin socket for the UK, and that's to go in the back. See how it's a figure of 8 design? Whereas with the cigarette lighter, of course, you got your typical cigarette lighter design, which looks a little bit like that. and that is a rectangular one, so you're not going to accidentally put them into the wrong socket and blow your fridge. Boom, cheeky cut. We got the inside view now, and I know what you're thinking, do those shelves and them shelves remove? Yes, they do, if you need to maximize that space. In the bottom compartment down there with the power cables, when I opened it up, and I may have thought they were missing, but no, they were hidden inside, which is pretty good. Obviously you'll get your regional variants of the power plug, which will be in there. So what we need to do now is plug it in, figure out how loud is that fan, and what do the LEDs look like. So it's all plugged in and ready to go. So currently I've got the fans on, off at the moment. However, the LEDs do work independent of that. Now the button, which is the eject above the disc tray, which is that one there, that operates the top light. And then the wireless sync button, which is down there, operates the Xbox, the Xbox light at the top. Overall, I like the light on the front, that's pretty good. However, the one on the top, I am a little bit disappointed with. You'd think they'd get some green LEDs. No. What they've got is they've got a white LED and some green plastic on top to give that green effect. Now, if you look slightly from the side, I think it's about there. Hopefully you can see that. You can see the white light reflecting off the fan. A little bit cheap in my opinion. I mean, this was a £90 product. I know fridges and stuff are expensive, mini fridges in particular, but it does look a little bit cheap on top. I am a bit disappointed with that. However, what I will say is you better get ready. You've got to get ready to hear those fans. So, step one, let's check those fans on eco mode. Get ready, listen. And now we need to check it out on max mode. Hopefully those volumes came across to you. I didn't mess with the audio on that, so that's generally what it should sound like. Again, the best way to describe it is on eco, it's like a low whirring fan. Nothing too dissimilar to what you'd expect from a PC. However, on max mode, that is noticeably audible. That is going to be annoying long term. Well, unless you've got the fridge away from you. I wouldn't say you could have that in your bedroom or somewhere you're trying to sleep. That's just a bit too noisy for my liking. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag so far. The only other thing we need to actually find out is, does it cool the beverages to a good level? So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to put it on eco. And no, actually I'm going to turn it on to max to start with. I'm going to give it a few hours. I'm going to find out how cold it is after a couple of hours. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it to eco. I'm going to see if there's a notable difference between it running on max and it running on eco. So for you, it'll be straight away. For me, I'll be back in a few hours. Boom, cheeky cut, and I'm back. Like I said, I'll be back. So here it is, the can of Coke, the taste test. The proof is definitely in the pudding. So let's find out how chilled that is. Here we go. Nice. Ready? Listen. Ooh. Ooh, that is bitter cold. Wow, I'm actually blown away at how cold that fridge has got these cans. That is unbelievable. So I better put a coaster down. It's that chilled. You don't want the girlfriend to see me not use a coaster. Nah, only joking. She's cool with stuff like that. So I'm absolutely blown away. That was the can from the top of the fridge, and it is super cold. So to put some context on that, it's had about 2 hours on max to bring the temperature down. I thought all the cans were pretty cold after 2 hours on max, particularly the top can. And then after that, what I did is I swapped it to eco for 2 more hours, and that's the result. All the cans are super chilled. I'm actually really surprised at how chilled that got. So with that in mind, let's put a star rating on it and give you my final conclusion. So for the Xbox Series X fridge, I'm going to give it up 4 stars out of 5 stars. I was going to go for a 3-star. However, the chillness, is that a word, of the can has definitely bumped it up to a 4-star. So in terms of the negatives, the max chill volume of this fans is so loud. It's far too loud. You're not going to be able to sustain that long term unless you're not annoyed by that sort of stuff. It is way too loud. However, max to get the temperature down, and then I think swap it to eco and it's completely fine. So if you're going to look at using it on eco mode, you're going to be absolutely fine with that. The massive plus is it does a fantastic job of chilling those cans, so that's a massive plus to it. Overall, so where is the star being docked? The fan's a little bit too loud, but I ain't going to take that away from it. However, what has costed the point, in my opinion, is I think the build quality is a little bit lower than I was expecting. In particular, the top of the fridge with the white LED instead of the green LED and the green bit of plastic trying to make it look green. It just seems a bit cheap for me. Although 90 quid for a mini fridge, you know, some people, you can't complain with that. However, will it sustain? Will it last a long time? I don't know about these thermo fans. I've heard mixed things about them online as opposed to the typical gas ones. So time will tell. But at the moment, I'm going to need another drink of that. With that in mind, if you enjoyed this video, please press the subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me that you, could give me a little bit back just by saying, thanks Ichiban, you've done an alright job. You deserve a can of Coke. If you found the video useful, please give it a thumbs up. It means more people can see it and make an informed choice. Was it worth the money? I think it was worth the money for me, but would it be worth the money for you? Watch the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you've got any questions or comments, please post them. I reply to each and every comment. There's nothing more I love than engaging with my community, so go on, post yourself a comment. With that in mind, you know what I'm going to say. Look after yourselves, take care of the people around you, and most importantly, stay out of trouble.